Hello, it's Crafty Carol here with yet another video for you. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Northern Ireland, and I wanted to share with you today something that you don't always look at in the catalogue. So I'm going to leave that a bit in the air for a minute, but I want to start with the Greatest Journey, which is a suite of products in the catalogue which are just lovely. In the current catalogue, which actually runs out soon, and I think this is retiring, so grab it while you can. The stamp set itself is lovely. It's got some gorgeous sentiments, as you can see, and various different images. But if I show you, the best thing about it, to me, as a bundle, is the dies that go with this stamp set, because not only have you got the dies that cut out the stamps, but you've also got all sorts of other dies. You've got clouds, you've got a mountain range, you've got a tent, you've got figures, and I cut them out to show you so you can see them. So that is the chap on the bicycle. That is the camper. I think it's the camper holding a lantern or something. And then you have a running man who cuts out like that. So lovely dies, those, and a bit of a surprise to find those because there aren't stamps to match them, but I love the silhouette things, so you can do great things with them. So that is a great stamp set, but it also comes with a whole load of gorgeous papers, some of which I've already cut up. But this one goes like that. I can say I've used some of this already, which you'll see in a minute. Again, always double-sided. This has got the most glorious stars on the back, which is lovely. Then you've got this one here with the mountains, with the pattern on the back. Another one of the same one I was showing you. Then we've got different colours. So you've got mountains in these gorgeous pinks and orange and yellow colours. Again, there's a back to it too. You've got this one, which is, let's turn these over actually. Oops, don't need that bit. Then you've got some actual mountain scenes in the green and the purple colours, Highland Heather, with a green pattern on the back. Then you've got, long way up for me anyway, the trees, 2 sheets of lovely trees, which has got again a pattern on the back. And then you have this rather nice set, which is like swirly, I don't know, there's clouds and there's waves, I suppose you could look at those. So again, very usable in terms of backgrounds, and rather nice Mango Melody pattern on the back. So those are that's the set of DSP, which will definitely be gone soon, I suspect, but it is lovely. But I wanted to mention to you these, because it's a section of the catalogue we often overlook. Unless you're a scrapbooker, which I don't do, then you might miss these. And they're called Memories and More. It's the Memories and More section of the catalogue. This is the Enjoy the Adventure, which matches the Greatest Journey. And they're gorgeous. You get a set, and I don't know how many there are. I mean, it's a ridiculous number, probably 40 or 50, I don't know. There's an awful lot, must count them sometime. So you get the smaller cards and also the bigger cards, which, to be honest, make themselves into a card anyway. So in the pack, you get all of these. Cannot thank you enough. Again, they've all got backgrounds on them, so I'm not going to go through them all in detail, but you can see the different, whoops, I go through too quick there, the different sides on them all, 2 of each type. And then at the back, there's this lovely, you can see I've used them already, there are stickers. And look what I saw, a dog. So I really love those. I should be using the dog stickers. And there's 2 different sets of stickers, 2 sheets of each. Again, to make really quick and easy cards. So there are those. These, again, you can use in the middle of cards. So again, I won't go through them too quickly or too slowly, because there's so many of them. Again, they're double-sided, but again, a whole load of things that you can just use as sentiments in cards, as backgrounds in cards, or as elements in cards, and it's so beautiful. And again, they're all double-sided. For scrapbookers, there's all sorts of, I can't even show you these, there's so many of them. Look at that one, You're Sweet, Enjoy the Adventure, another bubble, speech bubble one, another pattern one, So Grateful. Thank you so much. They've all got backgrounds on them as well. So again, you can see just the range here, so many of them. I can't show you all because there's so many. But there's memories and more cards in each of the catalogues, and they really are worth looking at to make some simple cards. So before I show you what I made with them in 10 minutes, and I can guarantee it was 10 minutes because I did it in my live, we just made them up as we went along. You can also get Memories and More cards and envelopes set. Again, this is the matching one, Enjoy the Adventure. So the colours all match this set. But it comes with there's 20 cards and envelopes, and all the envelopes are already decorated, so that saves you a job. And then there are 2 different types of cards, 2 different colours of cards that give you the card front background, and you can just add to that and make cards. So what I did with them, I wanted just to use these cards and make some cards up with them. Oh, the set also comes, there is some gorgeous matching pool party ribbon. Mustn't forget the ribbon. So I used one of the cards and envelopes background. So there's my envelope already. And this is the card I made. I chose one of these small cards, the thank you so much one. I don't know if I can find the other one, that one. And I layered it on. This time I chose Coastal Cabana. I was actually looking for Bermuda Bay, couldn't find my Bermuda Bay, so I put it on Coastal Cabana. Something to just give a contrast around it. Tied some of the pool party ribbon around it, and I've got a card without really adding anything much. I could add some gems and things just to jazz it up a bit if I wanted, but how easy and quick is that? So I don't need to show you how to stick bits of card together, so I wasn't going to demonstrate this card, but I wanted to show you how quick and easy it is using the Memories and More cards. So that was the first one I made. And then I decided to use that was obviously one of the smaller ones. So for this card, I used one of these bigger sheets, which are nearly just about the size of the front of the card. They're just very slightly smaller, so you could stick them straight on. But I decided to cut it down a little bit more to give more of the background of the card showing. So I just used the Thinking of You one, which I still should have another one of them. There we go. Got a lovely background on it, actually, of the flowers itself. So I just used some of the flowers from these sticker sets where you can see I've already used them. Bunged them on anywhere, to be honest, just to do it very quickly while I was doing the live. And there's another card, again with a matching envelope. How quick and easy are those? So if you need to make a whole load of cards for something or want to give a set of cards for friends, then this is a really nice way to think about it. Use the Memories and More sets. So that was a quick little push for some of the extras you get with the journey set. But I wanted to show you a card made with it, and I've got some bits here. So I've used some DSP. So I've just got a plain white card blank, and I've used a sheet of the DSP, which I'm just going to stick on. So this is cut very slightly smaller than the blank. So the blank is the usual 21 scored at 10.5 in half by 14.8. So I made this piece 14.3 by 10.2. So it fits in beautifully. I do like the stars as a background, actually. I will use that in a card because I think that's beautiful. That's the problem when you find a bit of DSP you really like. You quite often find that you like both sides of it. And when you like both sides of it, you can't decide which side to use, or you want to use both and you've only got the 2 sheets. Oh, it's a good job there's plenty of other DSP to use. That's all very nice. So that easily makes a nice mountainy background for the card. So what I used then, just go back to my die set, I used, again, there's no stamp that goes with this, but there are 2 dies that make up a tent. So you've got like an outline piece that cuts out the tent shape, and then a piece of detail that goes on top. So I've already put this together. I just cut it in Pool Party and Garden Green. And can you see there's even little tent pegs at the bottom? I mean, how beautiful is that? I don't know if you can see that against there. Let me put it against something more white. There, can you see the little tent pegs at the bottom? The detail is so beautiful. So all I've done is stuck my detail bit on my outline bit of a slightly different colour. I used Pool Party and Garden Green, and there's a tent, which I'm going to use in my scene. But obviously I am going to stand that up on some dimensionals. So I'll just use a couple on there, I think will do. And that's as if somebody's then camping in the wilderness. Look at that, how easy is that? So there's my camp. And I've used one of my silhouette figures, which I'm going to sit by the camp. I'm not going to put him on dimensionals. I'm just going to stick him on with some Tombow. Put a couple of dots around the light as well, the lantern. so I can stick him standing by his tent. And then I just stamped one of the various sentiments from the set. I used this one, wishing you the joy in this next adventure. For somebody who perhaps wants to go away or is going to do a trip away somewhere. How beautiful is that? So I just stamped that on a strip of white and cut in the ends. And I want to stick that on a layer. I want to have this, my idea is to have this coming from the edge of the card there. So I shall stick this on top of that layer here. So I'm going to stick it right to the end because I want it to stick to the end of the card. I don't want a little, I don't want to lay around the edge of the sentiment there. I've stuck it level. And I've cut this strip longer because I want to cut in and do the same sort of flag effect. And I'm just going to do that by eye, cutting it in from the edge. I want to make sure I'm even across here to do it from the same point. You can measure this, of course, take a bit more time than I'm doing there. But I'm just going to cut out that flag. See, I haven't got that quite right. Let me just even it off. There we go. And there is my strip that I can put on, and I can gently bend that if I want in different ways. So it'll sit out a little bit, quite like that. So then I'll just stick it at this end to stick it on. Like that. And there I have a little wish you joy in this next adventure card. Make sure that's straight, yes it is. Very simply using the dies and a stamp very quickly from this set and the lovely DSP. So have a think about, because obviously you can make a nice cycling card, that might go well on one of the lighter coloured papers. There's the Stamping Man again. The runners I quite like, cut several runners and you can have a little group of runners running along the scene. So how easy and simple are some of these gorgeous stamps and sets. You can obviously add further detail here. I may well stamp some trees actually and cut those out and put them over here. It just needs something over here, so I'll perhaps just do that. I shall probably use my garden green again as I've got that out. Just need a spare piece. Now, because I want to cut these out, I don't want to get a white edge to them, so I don't want to stamp on a piece of white card, but I'm actually going to try stamping garden green on garden green. We'll see what that looks like. I may need to use a darker stamp. Let's just see what this is like. Actually, that's fine. So that's garden green on garden green. And then I can simply use the die to cut that out. And then a couple of dimensionals. Here we are. Behind the tent there. Yeah, about, oh, there we go. And there's my little scene. So I hope that you think about when you're buying sets, and this set I think might be on offer because I don't think it's continuing. So look in the retired items, make the most of it. Why can you never quite get the dies back where they came from? It's one of those laws. There we go. Got that back in. So yeah, have a go. Don't forget these gorgeous silhouette dies. I definitely will not be getting rid of those dies. But please remember things like these gorgeous sets that you can get, envelopes and cards, and you can make up, I haven't lost them, your own range of cards using these sorts of ideas. So quick and easy cards. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a think of the idea, and I hope you'll join me again soon. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and you can find more details on my website craftycarolscards.co.uk. Bye for now.